Starting at assistant suit initialization. Life support systems activated. Shield kinetic system online. Scanner damaged. Repair required. Aerial propulsion jetpack online. Multi-tool and mining laser attachment operational. User initialization sequence complete.
In what may be one of the single most anticipated games in years, if not all time, No Man's Sky has been tasked with impossible expectations. Since its debut at E3 all those years ago, gamers' ideas on what No Man's Sky could be illustrated a vast galaxy full of life, grandeur, and the possibility of this never-ending science fiction adventure. What they got is something admittedly a little bit different. My name's Ian, and this is Zero HP. Today is another episode of The Experience Point. Today's episode, I'm simply going to be laying down my first impressions of this massive survival adventure. No hype, no hate, no bias, just my simple opinion with a little bit of gameplay to back it up. Now, this is also going to be a special episode of Experience Point because we're also going to be introducing an all-new segment that Zero HP is launching, starting with No Man's Sky. It's called Gameology. We wanted to create a Let's Play with a little more viewer interaction. Gameology is going to be broken down into two parts. So first, the gameplay. We'll be playing through an episode. Now, with a story-based game, I'll be playing up to a specific point. We'll let you guys know what that is, so if you want to play it on your own with no spoilers, and then come and watch us play it, great. That's perfect. So we'll let you know how long. No Man's Sky is a special case because it's sort of a loose, do whatever the fuck you want game. So in that case, I'll just say I'll play for this long, or I'll play till I get off the planet, things of that nature. And with that, we'll do a small review episode afterwards to really open up a big discussion with everyone. Kind of like a book club, if you will, but it's going to be more of a game club. We're calling it Gameology. We're going to be talking and breaking down our impressions of the game as we play them. We want to hear what you guys think, too. We're just trying to kind of grow our small community by doing something a little bit different. Shake it up, So that's what we're up to right now. No Man's Sky. Now this one I'm going to be doing a first impressions, but from here on out we will be doing it Gameology style. Gameplay, let's play, followed by a small review episode. And once we feel we can reach a verdict, we've seen enough from the game, then we'll render a final score from myself or Kevin, whoever's doing it, and then we want to hear your final score. We'll take an average of that and kind of see what it comes from us and you guys. So that's the goal, is to create something fun like this. Let's go ahead and get started today with No Man's Sky. Well, I've never felt graphics are the most important factor in critiquing a game. Visuals often act as like a first impression of sorts, whether it's through sheer graphical fidelity or just like a gorgeous art style. Now, for me, this is one of No Man's Sky's strengths. As you can see here, I'm just walking around. This is right in the beginning of the game here. This game, you know it when you see it. The second it's on a screen, oh, that's No Man's Sky. And that's really impressive art direction. The fact that it's so distinct. And you got to keep in mind the sheer numbers that are involved here, everything that's going on in the background of this game. The fact that they were able to nail the size along with its own unique look. Now, I haven't been on other planets yet. As of this episode, I literally played up to the point where I could take off. But I have seen plenty of other planets from the E3 presentations and reviews and all this stuff, Let's Plays, and they all do look relatively similar. But this beautiful color palette that changes it up. So I'm not going to give it a negative score here for its visuals or its graphics. I think it's pretty beautiful. This is on PC, obviously, that here. The fade in and pop in is a little bit weird, but overall, it's graphically impressive. From a pure gameplay perspective, I mean, you've basically seen what you're going to be doing in this game. At least I feel that way. I don't know if there's going to be a lot more that gets unlocked as we go, if they're going to add stuff, but you're going around and you're mining all of the resources the planet has to offer, which break down into varying elements that you then use to repair, create, craft, fix. I just used a bunch of synonyms and repeated myself, basically. You can upgrade things like that. Now this, what we're seeing here, this is a sentinel. And apparently they show up when you start mining, which, I mean, from a logical point of view, if there's some great civilization that created these sentinels, and they're protecting the natural resources, okay, that makes sense. But from a gameplay point of view, when I can only get a little bit of carbon, which is like what I need the most, or and I'm going to be bugged throughout my entire game, I don't know. There's a lot in the beginning of this game that feels a little bit fussy. This game is very fussy. And it's also incredibly obtuse. To the point where, I mean, I don't need some in-depth tutorial. In fact, I don't even really love tutorials. The best tutorials are just opening missions that just sort of teach you how to play underneath. They don't pause the game to tell you how to do stuff. It's just, small little instructions here, press this button to do this, and it just kind of appears, and you feel like you're really good at the game, even though you're not yet. There's nothing like that in this at all. You are dropped in it. You better figure out how to create these carite sheets and how to create all this stuff. I mean, it tells you, it's straightforward enough, but there are so many items in here, and I know for a fact it is inevitable that I'm going to build something or upgrade something using iridium or iron that I will have needed to, move into the next part of the game and just totally fuck myself over, because there's zero guidance whatsoever, with the exception of these very loose objectives. And this is in the very beginning of the game, where they probably have more objectives than they will the rest of the game. So I'm not overly thrilled with how inaccessible this game is. Some of you may think, oh, casual, shouldn't be casual anyway, or whatever, and I do get that. I mean, it can be fun to discover this on your own, and that's a big part of it, of this game. The whole point of this game is to discover new things. So it does align with the theme or the motif of what they're expecting players to do. But at the same time, it's just not that fun in the beginning. I was not having a great time. Just wandering around. But that said, I don't know about you guys, I'm a big fan of the Elder Scrolls series, Fallout, and there are moments where I will feel like those kind of those digital walks that you take. I love the action in those games, but sometimes the best moment is just strolling through snowy fields and mountains in Skyrim, or through rivers and lakes in Oblivion. And you do get that feeling. You're kind of just, everything is new, and it's very, very quiet. The game is really, really quiet. See for yourself here. I'll just, there's some pretty good sound design. It's you should just check it out. I'll show you right here. So the last portion of gameplay is what you're seeing now in the next several minutes. I fixed my scanner, and I'm able to basically discover these creatures. And you are given units, which is the in-game currency. So that's fun. You just go around and scan them. It is kind of fun in a weird way. Like, you kind of feel like you are, I don't know, some kind of zoologist or something that's, traveling around for the show Planet Earth, except for it's planet whatever the hell this place is called, and you're just kind of discovering and filming these creatures just doing their own thing. It's pretty cool. It's pretty impressive, all the different creatures you see. It's analyzing, and then discovery, and you can name them. I don't know how to name them. They made it sound like it's like you sit there, scan them, and name them, but I didn't see that was the option, so I'm not really sure how that works. You can see you can scan the general area. It'll tell you, kind of where things that you've already discovered are. So like if you've discovered a certain type of element, it'll show you where those types of elements are found nearby. Help your life a little bit here. And so I'm going to head back to my base camp. And the skybox is a cute little dude. The skyboxes are pretty impressive. And then the thing is, the skyboxes are real. You can fly anywhere. You see, you can go as far as you can see. That classic game, open world game line that we've been hearing forever. But this takes that to a whole new level. Once I get my ship fixed, I can literally fly to that planet right there. And the moon next to it. Which is something that we've never seen before. And that's really amazing. I have skipped some of the stuff. Basically, I've been going back to my ship after collecting things, hopping in and fixing stuff. So I've, whether I've used those iron plates to fix the launch thruster, pulse engines, refill, all that stuff. I'm just kind of getting everything set and ready to go. Right here, I'm charging it up right now, charging up the launch thrusters up to 100%. And then I'm like, okay, what do I have to do here? 0%, okay. Famium, something I've been getting. I need a little bit more of that. So I'm like, shit, I guess I'm going to have to go out. So, as you can see, this is just kind of how this game rolls. It's a grocery list. A galactic grocery list. That is what it's called. But I'm fixed, and boom, we're flying. Now, I did not leave the planet yet. The flight controls, and forgive this skippiness here. I think that's something to do with the recording, actually. The flight controls are touchy as fuck. My God. I was like, whoa! I was flying all over the place. Really sensitive. You can't adjust that, so I'm going to have to deal with that. It's also, I don't normally play inverted, but when I fly a starship, I do kind of want it inverted. And it's not like that standard. I didn't want to pause it. So, there you go. But, I'm just flying around. You can kind of observe there's like alien artifacts that you can find on these planets. You can learn languages. There are NPC alien creatures that basically inhabit, there's no cities where there's full of them, but there's like different stations. I just learned how to shoot. So, oh, cool, okay, shoot. And you see that pop in, that hazy fade in. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea, but somebody thought it was a good idea. And it's weird because I'm watching this recording and it's skipping a lot. I don't remember that happening. So I think and maybe it's just, it could be actually this VLC player not playing it correctly. So I guess we'll find out later. But I found another outpost over here that I wanted to land on. And it's funny because I keep trying to land. I'm like, wait, how the fuck do I land? And this is what I'm talking about. Like, you don't have to tell me how to do everything in the game, but like, tell me how to land my goddamn ship. Just say, press this button to land. I mean, there, hold B to engage boost. Okay, cool. What is the land button? So I was like, all right, cool. We'll boost. So I'm just kind of flying around the planet. And then you have to hit LB/RB to hit the pulse engine. That shoots you out of the atmosphere. That's when you go into space. But we have not done that yet. I'm not going out of space yet. We're just going to fly around the planet as the planet hazes into focus. But the geography, I feel, is interesting and realistic. And I enjoyed that, actually. I was like, wow, this is cool. There's canyons and hills and mountains and plateaus, and that's really impressive. I just haven't seen a game like this before. What, for better or worse, really. So I finally figured out how to land. I'm like, aha! And then we land and touch down. There we go. And I just discovered this random place. I was like, all right, cool. I guess I'm not the first person here then, huh? Open this shit up. Always good to get stuff. All the stuff. But I wanted to make sure and show you guys just a little bit more of what you found, other than me just running around mining cacti. So here's a alien creature here. It's called the Viking. Now I think they're like random too, because I've seen in other videos from other people playing the game Viking, and they're not the same thing, so I don't know. It's weird. But, he doesn't really make any noise, and you just read this, which is fine, I guess. And you can kind of like look down here and give them different. It's like, okay, I'll give you 10, carbon. I didn't want to give them iron or a carbon, but I was like, you know what, that's the least thing. So just take this. You seem like a warrior, so I'll give you iron for armor, because, spacefaring people have a lot of need for iron armor. And there's like all kinds of, new technology discovered. I was like, I don't even know what this means. Like, there's just so much shit in this game. I would like sit around and stare at a menu for a while, which doesn't make for a good let's play at all. And your life support system is what keeps, you breathing and stuff. So you need more elements to pump that. So this is kind of this constant balance between having enough stuff to complete your objectives while having enough stuff to keep you going in order to complete your objective, and just that dance between. Ooh, what's that? Oh yeah, I wanted to get that thing discovered. I wanted to get a payday. I'm like, fine, I gotta get closer. Until I realized you could just zoom in. I was like, oh, you can just zoom in? Okay. And analyzing. Ba-ding. That was an elderly creature. Then I got my ship. Actually, I don't even know if I get in my ship or not. This is the end of the video, though. This is the end of my recording, and it's also the end of this episode of The Experience Point. I really do want to thank you guys for joining me. The next episode will actually be a Gameology episode. I'm going to basically fly to another planet. I'll probably play for about an hour, maybe 30 minutes for the next episode. So feel free, if you guys have this game, go play it for a while and then come back and join us for the next few episodes of our Gameology. I want to hear what you guys have to think, same thing. And we will catch you guys on the first premiere episode of Zero HP's Gameology. Later, guys.